Good evening, everyone. Excuse the voice, excuse the droopy eyes, and excuse that I've gone live at exactly the same time as Paul Thorpe has. Annoying as that may be. So I'm expecting a quiet show tonight because obviously his subs are an awful lot more than mine. Let's put it that way. So yeah, he texted me about 7 or 8 minutes ago. Do you want to jump on the live with me? And I'm like, I've advertised this about 11 o'clock this morning, mate. I can't do it. I'm on my own show. Hence why we're going to be a bit quieter tonight, guys. But that's life. We've still got 40 odd people in the room at the moment, which is great. So I'll just read through, or I'll let you, rather than me trying to lose my voice, I'm going to just put, excuse me, I really am not well. You can possibly hear it in my voice. Yeah, I felt all right this morning. And then all of a sudden, I scheduled the live, and then all of a sudden, it went absolutely downhill from there on. So good evening to everyone. I hope you are all very good. Thanks, Don. Appreciate that, my friend. Don't worry, I will stay with you. Thank you. You can watch Paul's live afterwards. It's always there. So it's apparently about the Channel 4 thing tonight, I believe. So, but we're going to keep this one. Well, actually, I've got a little bit of political stuff, but not much, to be fair. I've had a call and a conversation with a good friend of mine from Reform today, which we'll get onto in a minute. Got a few other little bits and bobs. Let's start off with that one, shall we? So I'm sure people have seen this guy, Jeremy Newmark. He's been making some very, very serious accusations publicly. And he's called all of the people that went to the United the Kingdom rally recently a very, very derogatory name, beginning with an N. And I'll spell it out for you because there's not a lot of people that's probably going to know this. And I was only told this the other day when I was talking to Sophie's dad, who's now back in the UK. He told me what it actually stood for. So we're talking about the NONCE word, right? If I say it, it can actually go down as a bit of trouble on your channel. But it actually stands for not on normal courtyard exercise. That's where the name comes from. So there you go. You've learned a little bit of stuff today with me. So I've been speaking to Noel Wilcox today. And he's very kindly sent me a message to read out to everyone. I'm sure you're all aware of Noel. He's a Reform person, and hopefully he will be an MP at some stage if Reform ever get in. So I will quickly find it. He's asked me, I've said to him, because he said to me, why don't you on your channel tonight just mention what's going on? So I'm going to play it to you. It's about 3 minutes long, but it's well worth listening to. Now, this is obviously not letting this Jeremy Newmark off the hook. It is, and also it's a little update on his thing with Transport for London with the ULEZ charges. So have a listen to Noel. I'm just going to play it to you now. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
Hi Danny, Noel Wilcox, Reform UK. Just wanted to give you a quick update with what's going on with Jeremy Newmark. Well, we have, at Reform, we've been applying a lot of pressure on Hertsmere Council. As you know, I've headed up a complaints process with the CEO, who has directly responded to me saying that this matter is going to be investigated. I am doing this on behalf of the other branch chairman as well. They've all put their names to the letter of complaint that has gone in. But from, as you can see, the mainstream media, they've not been covering the story correctly, that it's actually Reform that's leading the actual complaint regarding the conduct of this councillor, who is the leader of Hertsmere Council, Labour leader. So the Conservatives have filed a complaint, but they've pretty much mirrored the complaint that I've submitted. And it's us who are really pushing this with the mainstream media, with journalists, making sure that it's getting out now. I believe the Telegraph and the Daily Mail have now picked this story up, and GB News as well. There's been quite a few segments on GB News regarding this. And to be quite honest with you, the disgusting conduct of this councillor, calling people who attended the Unite the Kingdom, well, actually the organisers of Unite the Kingdom and Unite the Colours, nonsense. For me, that's just completely unacceptable, and it's something that I definitely won't tolerate at all. Just another quick update as well. Today, I've got the appeal in regarding the ULEZ. As you know, strange things happened in that courtroom where a decision that I'd already won was struck out. It wasn't even overturned. It was struck out by the judge, which is a fundamental flaw in terms of striking out a legally binding decision. So, been quite baffled with that. Does this look like two-tier justice? Absolutely. Does it replicate what happened in Epping? Yep, pretty much. Does the ULEZ replicate the Royal Mail? The scandal with Royal Mail? Absolutely it did. And look at what happened there. It was covered up for years with regards to, 300 sub-postmasters. This here is a private law claim. This is my private right, and they're trying to kick it into public law. So you know what? It's already started the battle. I knew that this was going to be a long process, but I've got some good support elements around me. But like all of these things, it's probably going to cost serious money once you start getting into sort of the appeal courts and that sort of thing. So I know that I'm right. I know that these signs are not compliant with the legislation. I'm 100% with it. Everybody who's put their legal eyes over it have also agreed once I've mapped it and shown them the evidence. So we know that we're right, and we've got to make sure that this is another scandal that is not covered up. But I hope you're well, mate, and all your listeners, thank you very much for listening for me. And all I can say is just keep an eye on what's going on.
There you go. So that was from Noel, and I've been speaking to him quite a bit recently over what's going on. Noel explained it perfectly. I don't really need to go any further with that. So things are happening, and obviously Noel's still got this appeal to come. So anyway, I just thought I'd just touch on that. Only just because, I'm trying not to be political, but this is news and this could affect a lot of people. So there you have it. And also, obviously, Jeremy Newmark can't be allowed to just trap off like that and get away with things. It's anyone else wouldn't be able to. So, just highlighting that effect, really. I don't know if you see my video the other day. My property is now on the market. I don't believe there's any interested buyers just yet. I think the property market is a little bit slow at the moment. I heard on a video today, I can't remember what the channel was, where in May this year, there was only 19 new build properties sold in Greater London. 19 in the whole of May. That's quite scary. That's quite a scary statistic. It really is. So I just thought, so my property's gone on the market. I don't know, I've got a tenant in there still for another month. I don't know whether I will end up being able to sell it. I'm going to give it a couple of months from now. It's already been on the market a week or so. I'm going to give it a couple of months from now. And then I've done this video a couple of days ago. It's been quite popular. I'm basically just trying to work out what I'm going to do once the property sells. Obviously, the first thing that's got to happen is the property's got to sell. So for a start, that's the first thing. And then afterwards, I'm sort of planning on investing in 2 or 3 rental properties in Spain. Obviously, it's going to be closer. I can then look after the properties. I'm going to put some money into crypto as well, because I'm a strong believer that crypto really is in the infancy of where it's going to go. And I'm also going to pop some more money into gold. I believe it's been climbing massively. Oddly enough, I will get to your comments in a minute, guys. I saw a post that I put on my memories on Facebook today, 16 years ago today. I think I've got a picture of it. Yeah. So that was the price 16 years ago today. It was 900 odd. Excuse me. This is going to be a long live, isn't it? It was sort of about $990 odd dollars per ounce. Now today's gold price is significantly higher, 3,733. It's been hitting its all-time high. Now, I said to you a few months ago about investing and stuff like that. Someone's put there, buy a chain, Farty Pants has put, buy a chain of pubs, call it Danny Spoons. That could work, couldn't it? What do you reckon? So I said about investing in gold a few months ago, and anyone that did take my advice, and I'm not trying to, be the be all and end all, but anyone that took my advice would be about 28% up at the moment, because it keeps breaking its all-time high, and I don't see it stopping. Now, the reason people like a safe haven to put their money in, stocks and shares and, stuff like that, is not considered a safe haven in sort of uncertain times, let's call it that. So people like to invest in something that's safe. A lot of the time people buy physical gold rather than on the stock exchange. Then the only risk you've got obviously is theft or losing it. That's the only risk you've got if you're holding physical gold. But you can get a little box in a bank vault for not a lot of money every month. So you could just put some coins away, or if you buy sovereigns and you buy Britannias and stuff, they're capital gains tax free at this time. Who knows where the next tax is coming from with the government that we've got. But like I say, it's just to highlight that the price of gold keeps rocketing, and it's been increasingly a good place to put some money if you want some form of investment. Now, a quick update on my Santander issue. We've only got 60 odd people watching today. I can definitely tell that Paul's live at the same time. We've only got we've got 60 people watching live. Trust him to go live at exactly the same time as me. Anyway, it is what it is. So I've got an update on the Santander issue now. I have finally rectified the problem without the need of court action. The rectification of it was on my doing, not... Thanks, Sharon, you're here. Rebel streaming, Tim. Yep, you're dead right, mate. I didn't know. He messaged me about 7 minutes before I went live saying, do you want to pop on? Honestly, he's such a gnome. He really is. Santander, the thing's been sorted now. The final thing was done today. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll have nothing more to do with Santander. Although I did need to get onto my banking the other day. And when they've closed my accounts, I can't even access my closed accounts. Although I've still got an account with them. Paul who? Exactly, Sharon. Paul who? Who are you? So I had to spend an hour on the phone to the bank, which, is wasting their time as much as my time. But they're saying I should still be able to access my account, but I can't. And also, while I'm on the subject, and this is new, and I've never spoke about this before, I'm going to get rid of that annoying banner down the bottom. Let's get rid of that. Metro Bank, you ain't got away with it either, mate. I'll tell you. This is definitely something iffy going on because, like I say, let me just remove a couple of these things from my screen here, and then I can add something to prove to you that, I'm not making any of this up. Before I hope you can still see me. I'm just trying to download a email from Metro, which I'm going to put on the stage now. So there you go. Dear Daniel, we are closing your accounts. Now, this was prior to Santander. It's just I didn't have any issues with Metro Bank once the accounts were closed. I had a safety deposit box with them, and that was only to store things like watches and, any valuables that you've got. But they closed my accounts as well. And at the bottom, I think they say, I can't actually read that because it's quite small on my screen. I think it was section 11.2 of their terms and conditions. Now, I don't know whether you can all see that. Hopefully you can. But section 11.2 is very broad. It doesn't really tell you why they're closing the account. They don't give you any reason. So, anyway, the accounts were closed. And I haven't finished with you, Metro, because you're exactly the same. Exactly the same. So there you have it. I just thought I'd bring that up. I'm going to do a video on that Metro Bank as well. There was some disgusting stuff that happened with them. I drew some money out to go and buy a watch because the guy I was buying it off of said we always get problems if we sell a watch to someone. I was going to buy a watch. It was a collector's piece. I'll do it in a video. I won't do it now. I'll do it in a video. But yeah, you're going to get it, mate, Metro. You're going to get it. I'm going to expose exactly what you was like. There you have it. 60 odd people still in the room. This is the quietest live I've ever done. But there you have it. It is what it is. So Sophie's dad's now gone back to his home. He was out very kindly helping us keep on top of the property while he was here. Done a little bit of work for us, which was very, very handy because DIY, I don't really do. I don't do DIY, as he will confirm. But we had a lovely time with him. Obviously, he got to spend some time with Sophie and Carter. And hopefully he's coming back out to see us soon. So that was that. He's gone home. So we're now getting a little bit of an early night, apart from tonight. I hope you can all hear me all right. My throat is really, really sore. My nose has been streaming all day long. Just before I come on the live, I dosed up on a Strepsil because my throat was sore, a vitamin C tablet, an ibuprofen, and 2 paracetamol. So if I fall off to sleep while I'm on the live, you know why. At least you can hear me. People are saying it's okay. So I probably won't go as long as normal tonight. I'll probably do about 45, 50 minutes. And we will see where we go. It's creeping up now. The people are coming on. They're obviously Martin McDonald. Let's have a little look. Let's put a few of your comments up. Yeah, I'm not good at DIY. I'm absolutely horrific. We have real quality people on this channel. I really, really do love the people on this channel. Do you decide how you are going to protect your cars from the weather? Oh, did you decide? Yes. I'm going to... so I've already got a garage space. Sophie's got the left-hand side of the garage she uses as a gym. The main car's in the garage every now and then, although it is actually stored at a warehouse most of the time. I've got the keys for the warehouse. So the main car and the other collector's car are not stored here. Do you know what? Someone offered me a Ford Capri this week, 1.6L. It had done 60,000 miles from new, full service history, mint condition, restored, brand new everything. It was £119 a year to insure it because it's 40 years old. There's no road tax. The ITV on it, which is the MOT, lasts 4 years. And I'm well tempted to buy it. But where do I put it? I can't put it anymore in the warehouse. I can't really store it here at home. So basically what's happening now, we've sold the electric car, that's gone. The Peugeot's gone, thank God. We're back down to a bit of normality. So Sophie's got her everyday car, I've got my everyday car, and then we've got the 2 cars that hopefully will be a long-term investment. That's the plan with that. So keeping them now, I'm going to try and build a carport. I don't know how well that's going to go, but that's in the plans at the moment. That's it, Steve. We are good folk. Exactly that. Welcome, Martin, anyway. Destroy it yourself. Do you know, I'm probably a bit confused because I'm going backwards here. Let's start from now, shall we? Let's start from now. Have you and Paul been to Sounders Bar on Denia Marina? No, not as far as I know, unless we've been there without knowing that was the name of it. Because I've seen Paul quite a few times now, but not that I know of. Yes, a carport is great. Do you know what? And there's a bit of foliage where I want to put the carport, so it will cover it from the sun from the front. We get the sun move around, but look, it will cover it 70% of the day, hopefully. Danny, only 60 people, but 60 diamonds watching you instead of Paul. You're honoured. Actually, we've gone up to 80 now, so that's nice. We're getting a few people join us now, which is lovely. Lidl sell Manuka honey. Do you know what? I do need some honey. I've got some actual honey. Funny enough, Sophie's dad a few months ago said to me, buy the bees honey. So I've bought a little pot of it and I haven't been using it. So I'm going to have a good dose of that before I go to bed. That's a great shout. Oh, excuse me. Do you know, I wish when I sort of scheduled the live and then I thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But there you go. We are. This weekend, I've got my works due. We are going to Mazaron. We are going to a place called La Salle in Mazaron. And it is the Mazaron Rocks Festival. It's a 3-day event. I'm definitely going to be there. We have got, what's his name going? Completely gone. This is when I'm not well. My brain doesn't work most of the time anyway. Artful Dodger. It was nice last time we was there. We had a drink with him afterwards. Lovely fella. He'd had a couple of sherbets himself, but it was a great day. So I've got a few friends and we've got our works due. So all of the staff are coming up there with us and we're looking forward to going. It'll be a really, really nice night out. So that's this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll feel a bit better by then. Let's have a little look where we are. What have we done here? Let's get a bit of tissue because I can feel my nose get a drip. And that's how it is at the moment. So you'll have to excuse me if I keep on having to reach for my tissues. I was watching a documentary earlier because I've been pretty much laid up in bed all day. So I was on YouTube and I was watching a documentary earlier on Barings Bank. Does anyone, you can actually all comment on that one actually if you don't mind. Anyone, before I go into it, anyone remember Barings back in the 90s? Oh, there you go. Sharon, my son got married yesterday. Congratulate Danny and Marisa. Fantastic. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you very much. So with the Barings Bank, there's a few people saying no. There's a few people saying yes. Nick Leeson. There you go. Everyone's remembering Nick Leeson. Although we've only got a few people in the chat, everyone seems to be remembering him. You're showing your age. I am indeed, I'm afraid. There you go. Congratulations, Sharon. Everyone's congratulating you. Thank you very much. So you do remember it. There's a few people in the chat that remember it. And for those that don't, I'll quickly give you a quick education. Well, not an education. If you don't know, I'll just sort of have a quick brief chat about it. So Nick Leeson used to work as a futures trader in Barings Bank in the early 90s. He ended up opening some hidden accounts, basically, without me going into the full story about it. Did you not have Nick's watch, Danny? I'll come to that in a second. He ended up trading illegally and he was hiding all of his losses. Now, bear in mind, this was Barings Bank. Now, the Queen actually used to bank with Barings Bank. That's how, I know she's with Coots as well. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you online, mate. Ewan McGregor, great film. Yeah, The Rogue Trader. If anyone hasn't seen it, that was based on Nick Leeson's time. There's a few people still saying congratulations to Sharon. Did Nick Leeson bring down Barings Bank? Yes, he did. He was trading so badly, and they thought it. It was something like 2 billion. He ended up costing the bank. Now that don't sound a lot in banking terms nowadays. I'll show you a quick picture of Nick. This is me and him. When in my hand there is Nick's watch. So basically, when Nick Leeson, he was on Celebrity Big Brother. I don't know whether he won it actually. I never watched things like that. He single-handedly sunk the bank. He did indeed. So that was me and Nick some years ago. We don't do any trading. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it was the 8 something, yeah, it was something like that, 888 account or something like that, or half 8 or 38 account. I think it was, yeah. So yeah, he ended up bringing the bank down. The bank went bankrupt because of one person. Now, how that one person ever had enough power to bring down a bank, I will never know. But he did, and there's an awful lot of books, and there's, you know, the film, as someone mentioned earlier, with Ewan McGregor, Rogue Trader. That's out, and it's well worth a watch. He's the original Rogue Trader. You had like Wolf of Wall Street type person. That was what's his name? The other fella. But yes, so it was all, as I say, it was all good. And I ended up buying his watch. Here, I'll show you his actual watch. I don't know whether you can read the content on that, and I haven't actually got it to hand, so I can't read it. But basically, he sold me the watch that he was arrested in when he got nicked for the bringing down the bank. Basically, he ended up doing a fair bit of time. I believe he had a bout of really serious illness as well. But he ended up selling me that watch, and it's only a basic Rolex, and I got that really, really cheap. It was before the Rolex boom, to be fair. But that's the watch, a photograph of the watch with the paperwork, because obviously everything is about paperwork when you're going to keep a watch, sell a watch, whatever. And there you go, he signed it down the bottom, and you know, it's proof that he sold it to me. And obviously we've got photographs with the watch and everything else. But yes, so I just thought I'd tell you about that because it was an interesting little thing. And obviously it just come up on my recommended videos earlier. Jordan Belfront, that was the other one. The one that was in the, oh God, I'll tell you what, I think the tablets are starting to take over. The one that was in Wolf of Wall Street. So, yeah. We have our beautiful Sheila Miller has given us a 19.99 super chat. I really appreciate that. There was no message attached to it, Sheila, but really appreciate that, my friend. It all goes in a pot, and when the pot builds up, I ended up buying a little bit of tech equipment, such as the drone, which I've not been out much in the last few days because obviously Dad's been around. And yeah, I'm really sorry. I feel really rough at the moment. So, did Leeson end up living in Singapore? Yes, he was arrested in Singapore. I think it was in 1992 by memory. And he was wearing that watch when he was arrested. There you go. Bit of history there. The provenance exactly makes it worth something. Otherwise, it's just a watch, isn't it? So, yeah. Oh, the film is available on YouTube, apparently. So I take it that's the Rogue Trader film. I don't think the Wolf of Wall Street one is. I don't think it is. But there you have it. So I haven't really got an awful lot. Obviously, I've started feeling a bit rough. So I didn't really get to write up much of a script. We've already been online for half an hour. But we'll stick around for a little while. Let's go to some of the comments. Oh, I'll tell you what I've got to show you. And this will bring up a few comments. Says it there. Remove one of the food off of this plate. Let's have it on your comments. Come on in. Just a bit of fun. We'll leave it, you know, we'll bring it down a little bit more chilled. Are we going to get a closer look into that cave? Yeah, I've been up there a couple of times, Angelina, but I haven't seen anything else in there since. I flew a little bit into the cave and there was nothing in there, so I've not bothered posting it. I haven't even bothered recording it because you have to push the record button on your remote. But anyway, I will keep an eye on that because it'll be interesting to go into it. And I've found another couple of caves as well. I'm still going to do the thing where it follows the car, or I might actually have it in front of the car, which will look quite cool. And that will show hopefully a bit of the background. So let's have a little look at your comments and see what people would remove from that plate. 2 beans. I don't know if you actually mean 2 single beans there or just 2 beans. Anyway, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. The tomato, the toast. We've got a real mixture here. You're a bit of a Del boy, Danny. Paul's on the other side. I know, but listen, I advertised mine hours ago, like about a month ago, it feels like. That's how long today's felt like. We've got nearly 90 people watching. That's all right. And people catch it up afterwards anyway, so it's always better to do it, you know, So black pudding at the moment is definitely... Oh, tomatoes catching up. No, black pudding is definitely taking over. Oh, there's a lot of people that don't like the wind that the beans give them as well. Wow. I'm afraid mine is 100% black pudding. I don't really eat bacon, but I suppose I could at a push. Black pudding I wouldn't eat if you paid me. And the rest of it I actually quite like. I don't really eat egg either. I have a little bit now. I had about 8 or 9 years living with a vegan that I didn't touch egg at all. And you can look into what an egg is, really. And I'm not going to put anyone off it that does love eggs. How do you feel about Ricky Hatton and his sudden death as it shook me? Yes, it really has, Siobhan, really has shook me as well. I think probably pretty much everyone knows what's happened, but it's not been officially released. Let's just say he suffered tremendously with mental health, and he's had many problems with thoughts of changing things at the end, if that makes sense. But I'm not going to say that that was the case because it's not been confirmed, and who am I to make those assumptions without knowing. But I'm going to say I would have a good bet that it wasn't by natural causes. Yeah, black pudding, I'm afraid, is taking it. A lot of people don't like the toast and the mushrooms, though. Mushrooms, it's catching up, mate. Is he still alive, Danny? Yes, Nick Leeson is. I spent a bit of time talking to him after that, but then he changed his number and I've lost touch. So I've not spoken to him for a few years now. I was speaking to him around... I'll tell you when he changed his number, when he went into the Big Brother house. So I've not spoke to him. I don't know whether he won that. I don't watch it, like I say. But tomato, mushrooms. Do you know, I love mushrooms. A lot of health benefits from mushrooms as well. Get rid of the black pudding. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a real mix though. I just thought everyone would say black pudding. Because you know what black pudding is, right? It's congealed pig's blood. The eggs, I hate runny yolk. Yeah, that egg there doesn't particularly look... I mean, that's not my restaurant or anything. I just saw it earlier and I just thought I'd share it. It's interesting to get people's opinions on it, especially when I've got a restaurant that does all this sort of stuff. Ah, there you go, Rob. Nothing. You wouldn't remove nothing. As it is, mate. As it is. A lot of the time, I'll go to Soapy's restaurant or my restaurant, and if I do have a breakfast, which is very rare, I'm probably going to have a fry-up once every 5 or 6 weeks. I don't have them very often. But I will have toast, sausages, tomato, mushrooms, and beans. That's it. I don't really have anything else. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, guys. I am feeling really... Fried bread. Absolutely. Do you know, that is lovely, the old fried bread. Not particularly good for you, I wouldn't say. You can feel it coming out in your pores, can't you? The fried bread. I don't like bacon. That is simple. Yeah. Hash browns. Yeah, see, I have hash browns as well. That's not on that plate, is it? Interestingly enough. Really feel rough. I love black and white pudding. I'll tell you what, you ain't normal, mate. You're not wired up right, farty pants. Black pudding. Anyway, we'll get rid of that now, shall we, and just carry on with the show. There is one other thing I want to get through before we end. Well, we're not going to end it yet. We'll keep going for a little while because I still feel alive, just about. There is a new strand of COVID that's just been announced called the Stratus. Sounds very mighty, doesn't it? Apparently it's a new strain, shows unusual early symptoms of a sore throat. Now, I can't particularly talk about COVID and stuff because I will get struck off this channel. But they are now saying the COVID jabs are being urged. So they're having a little purge on that one again. I can't really talk about it. But I'm sure from my comments you can understand what my thoughts are on that. So I just thought I'd highlight that one as well. That's basically it. And that was, in case anyone wanted to know, that was the Barings Bank logo, in case that jars any memories for people that didn't remember it when I spoke about it just now. Let's have a little look. We'll go down the... no, I'm going to get off of the... We've got an awful lot of food junkies here. There you go. Andy would take nothing off of that plate. I thought it was a Bury Market that was famous for its black pudding. Are you talking about Bury St Edmunds or Bury somewhere else? You have to let me know on that one, mate. Looks like a McDonald's egg. It could well... No, it's not a McDonald's breakfast, is it? But it does look like a McDonald's egg. I mean, you do get those little circle things that you put the egg in and it keeps it all sort of and makes it a little bit thicker so it doesn't run across the plate so much. I would add fried bread and hash browns. So would I, Stephanie. So would I. Don't Southerners like bubble and squeak on their breakfast? Yes, but it's not very, very common. It really isn't very common. A proper fry-up generally doesn't have it. Brown sauce on top, and it's got to be HP, hasn't it? HP sauce. Frank used to promote that. Frankly, I'm not HP. I remember that well. I really am showing my age. I used to work in a pie and mash and used to... I'll tell you what, Sharon, it is my dream, if you like. Pie and mash is my favourite. She's right. I've got that sorted. Hopefully you can hear me now. No sound. Yeah, sorry guys. I've got that sorted. I just moved the box on the thing and it's knocked the mic out of the... Let me know you can hear me now. Hopefully you can. Can you hear me now? Right now? Just let me know. That's me moving a box and knocking the thing out. Right, okay, you can hear me now. That's the main thing. Right. Yeah, pie and mash is my favourite food. I've said to my son, actually, to go and work in a pie and mash shop. Just for a year. Work in there, learn the trade, and open his own one up. Because, you know, he's doing all right, the old boy. The young boy, should I say. People are saying add chips to that breakfast. Potato scones missing. Now, I've not heard of potato scones. We sell scones in our restaurant and we do the cheese scones. They're beautiful. Cathedral City cheese scones. Avocado, yeah, you're going to be healthy there, aren't you? That's a healthy option. Leave me with the mushrooms and black pudding, the rest no thanks. Really? And that's in very... Mouse changer, my mum made bubble, the best bubble. Yeah, bubble and squeak is lovely, to be fair. Don't have it very often. Turn it in, mate. Don't be a hero. No, mate. Tim, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right for 10 minutes. I had a sleep this afternoon. Hitman Hatton met in Spain. Had a thing. He was drunk. Yeah, he had a few beers at times, didn't he? Didn't know his hotel had to help him to be safe. That's interesting. He spent a lot of time in Tenerife. And I've been in his company, I don't know, 10 or 15 times in my life. I don't know him. He's not my friend. I had a lot of time for him. Very, very friendly when I was with him. We didn't have each other's number, so I wouldn't say... You know, I generally think if I haven't got someone's number in my phone, they're not a close friend, are they? You know, I've got about 50 numbers for Frank Bruno in my phone because he changes them every 15 minutes. I'm having pie and mash Saturday from Armett's in Walworth. Oh, do you know what? I miss pie and mash. I have thought about adding pie and mash to my restaurant, but getting that dead right is quite difficult if you don't know. I mean, my favourite pie and mash, they've got quite a few of them now. They've got one in Romford, Dagenham. There's a few others as well. Robin's Pie and Mash. I absolutely love their pie and mash. If ever you're in Romford or Dagenham, anyway, you can just Google it, can't you? Robin's Pie and Mash. No injections for Tina. F off, no jabs for me ever again. I won't read them all out because it'll probably go against me. Where is this happening? I don't know. I see it online. I don't know. It was an English voice that was promoting it. So I don't know. I mean, when you get something like a pandemic, I suppose it goes worldwide anyway, doesn't it? Got a text from GP today asking if I want a jab. Like I say, I can't recommend anyone to do or not to do it. Bury St Edmunds was my hometown. But it was Bury in Lancashire. Okay. Bury St Edmunds was my hometown. Both my children lived in Bury St Edmunds as well. A place called Bacton. I can share that now because they don't live there anymore. And Scottish square sausage. Yes, there's been a few requests in the restaurant for us to get the square sausage. Not the easiest thing in Spain to get. Danny, did you expect a lot of your viewers to be food junkies? No, I didn't actually, but you clearly all are. Tell you what, I should share the restaurant address, shouldn't I? Get you all in there. I'll be a wealthy man. Very near, right? Okay, yeah, I think we've got that one now. I feel like I have COVID just now. Do you know what? I feel rough, really, really rough, but I wouldn't say it would be COVID. I'm pretty sure it's not, but who knows? I prefer chopped brown sauce or Daddy's. Yeah, Daddy's is nice as well. I delivered a load of sauces. One of the customers of the restaurant dropped in a load of sauces for Paul Thorpe recently, so I had to take him up there when I last see him. Do you know the world famous Bury Market is up north of Manchester? I don't, unfortunately. I haven't heard of it, so can't hear you. That was a while back, hopefully. You're muted. Yeah, that's all right. We've gone back. We'll clear all that one. You're muted, Danny. Yes, on there. Yes. Right. Yeah, it's my fault. I knocked the plug out of the side of the computer. There's quite a few people telling me that, yes, we can hear you. Yes, you're back. Amet's Pie and Mash. I've never been in there. Arament's Pie and Mash. I'd like to try that. That sounds good. Bubble and Squeak. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you guys really... I'd work for him. I take it you're talking about my son. I'll tell you what, Pie and Mash, mate. Might have to do that, Sharon. Because it's good for have people in there that's experienced. Potato fried bread. Tina, that latest injection I was in my neck. Ooh. If chips were added to a breakfast, then it becomes a brunch. Army days. I didn't know that. I think potato scones are a Scottish thing. Chips, not ships. Sorry. Bubble with fried egg on top. No sound, mate. I'm hoping that because that's coming quite a bit later. Oh, and I think it's now. Hopefully you can all hear me. I'm sure you'd be telling me. But I could be waffling away because I'm not at the bottom of the comments. I don't see them until I get down there. Danny, you need to take whatever that is. I can look at this afterwards because I watched the show back. And zinc. I've been taking multivitamins today. I think they've got. How do you get gold? Well, you've got two ways of doing it. You can buy it on the stock exchange. That's not physical gold, but you're buying the asset. So you're trading in gold that way. That's the easiest way to do it and probably the safest, as long as you trade with a reputable platform. And that's not for me to tell you, but I traded with eToro. I find them very easy to use and very good. But that's how you get your gold. Or you can go to a physical gold bullion dealer somewhere in Hatton Garden. A few people have asked me this before. There's a few there. One I know of is Hatton Garden Metals. There's also another one that's just along the road to that, but I've forgotten the name of that because my brain isn't working properly. And you can buy physical gold there. But obviously, the only problem with buying physical gold, you're going to be paying 700, I think it is now. 600 or 700 quid, I can't even remember, for a full sovereign now. A year or so ago, a couple of years ago, they were 300 quids, 350 quids. It's very, very crazy at the moment because gold is called a safe haven. I'm not saying that everyone should invest in gold because everything comes with a risk, doesn't it? You can put money into a property and the property market can crash. You can buy crypto, that can crash. You can, whatever you do, life is a risk. You can cross the road and get run over. So I'm not advising anyone. I'm not a financial person in any way, shape or form. I'm just saying that I personally think that gold is a good investment now. Physical gold is quite good if you've got a little safety deposit box. They're about 20 quid a month from a bank. If you keep it at home, obviously you've got the risk of it being stolen, which I wouldn't recommend to anyone. I personally wouldn't keep anything of value at home. I just don't think it's worth it. So it's just, you know, if you can pay 20 quid a month and you can have it stored in a bank safely, that would be a better option if you ask me. Need a damn good pie filling. Yep, I agree. Oh, look at that one. Armaments deliver by post. I wonder if they deliver to Spain. Why do South pie and mash proper places plate it around it off plate? Yeah, that's right. When they slap the old blooming mash on, they scrape it off the side. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Absolutely interesting. Yes, Robbins. I tell you what, they are the governors. They really are. There's one in Southend as well. I used to go to that quite regularly. The pies are made of water pastry. That's interesting. I'd work for you if you run a pie and mash. I love it and know it back to front. Sharon, I might take you up on that one day. There are we. Danny, Nick finished 4th in Big Brother. Okay, Martin, thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that because I don't watch it. I believe he was quite popular in it though. I think when they first went in he had a few boos, but I believe he was quite popular. Tulip I bought online. Atkinson's Birmingham, great company. There you go. That's probably a gold. I'm guessing that's a gold place. I know Bacton. Yes, yeah, they were there. They had a big barn there some years ago. Danny, get round bed, mate. We all understand you're not well. I'm okay. I'm gonna, as I say, we get to the hour. We'll see where we are. No jabs, just an uppercut or two. Yeah. That's got to start again soon. Sophie's dad just tried to put our punch bag, which I've had for a few years, up in the garage, but the garage ceiling isn't strong enough to take it, so I've got to get something done about that. There you go. I got a text today for a jab. I will pass. Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you for the comment. As I say, I can't. It's not fair for me to recommend people have a jab or not have a jab. All I will tell you is I've never had a jab in my life. Yes, one day we will get on a plane and come and see you at the restaurant. Yeah, that'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Good evening, Trevor. Thank you for joining us, mate. Pucker pies. Yeah, not sure about them. They're all right, but they're not pie mash. It's 100 years old at least. I didn't know that, mate. Danny, as soon as the schools go back, the bugs will be spread. Well, Carter, that could be the case, but Carter's well, and I'm not. So he has only recently gone back to proper school. As I say, he'd done the summer camp during the holiday season, but he's only just gone back to proper school. Do you prefer crumpets or scones? I prefer crumpets, but I do like scones as well, to be fair. Scones with a bit of clotted cream and the jam is nice, but crumpets with butter. It's got to be real butter. None of this stuff that Sophie has. This blooming 100% bloody vegetable butter stuff that she has. It's got to be proper butter, melted in with Marmite. Oh, do you know, I really fancy that now. I'm going to have to go, everyone. See you later. No, I really fancy that, but we haven't got any scones here. We've got waffles. It's not quite the same. Kippers. You know what? Whenever I see that word, it just reminds me of 40 Towers. Kipper and the Corpse. Best cold cure, Danny. Don't go on a live. Oh, should be in bed tucked up. I bet you Sophie will be in bed with Carter tonight. I'll guarantee when I go up to bed, she'll be in with him. She won't want to catch this. What man don't prefer crumpets? Do you know what? It's very true. Very true. How was your arm? Craig, exactly the same, mate. I had a call yesterday from the hospital saying, have I heard anything from the trauma people? I haven't. It's exactly the same. I do need to get back down the boxing club. If nothing else, just to do a little, obviously I ain't going to go this week. If nothing else, just to do a little bit of the exercise. I can always just tap with me left, and then, you know, my right hand's working fine, so we'll see how it goes. High dose of vitamin D and vitamin C as well. Don't forget the old vitamin C. Is your restaurant British then or Spanish? It is British, basically. We do some Spanish stuff. Excuse me. I am proper not well. I am proper not well. I'll put it on mute then so that you didn't all get blown up from the channel. Chris Moore, Disruptors Podcast, is saying we can only buy 5k of crypto a month now. Is that true? Not that I'm aware of, but it could be because I haven't bought crypto for some time. I'm going to be honest with you. But 5k a month is still 60 grand a year. That's an awful lot of crypto in 12 months, isn't it? And it also allows you to be a little bit safer with it. If you say you wanted to invest like a year's worth of money there, 60 grand into crypto, if you bought it all at $3 and it dropped to $2, you'd be happy with that scenario, wouldn't you? Because you can then buy your next lot of 5 grand at $2 instead of $3. But then obviously if it rockets up and goes to $6, you're going to be gutted that you didn't buy it. But there you go. If that is true, I've not heard about it. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will have a little look at that, Tim. Mark just made vegetable curry. That sounds great. I have a lot of vegetable curry because obviously Sophie being vegan. She likes curry. She basically batch cooks it, puts it all away, and freezes it. Do you know how Joey got on with his boxing match? Yeah, he won, but it was Look, I shouldn't slate Joey. I used to know Joey quite well years ago when I had the bar because obviously they were all in my bar a lot of the time, in my wine bar. It was known as The Only Way is Essex. But if you Google my name and The Only Way is Essex, you'll see it and all the cast and everything else. But yeah, just have a little Google if you're ever bored. It was a lovely wine bar, to be fair. But yeah, he won, but it was on points and he couldn't hold his arms up at the end. But then it's a hard game, you know. You can also steal it, mate, only joking. Rob Moore. Yes, I've seen his channel, actually, Rob Moore. Got to have a burnt pie. Yeah, if Sophie's cooking them, they generally are. No, I'm joking. She's a good cook. My mouth is... Do you know what? It's the worst thing to talk about. I'm really hungry now. Really hungry. I think that went on twice, mate. Yes, Atkinson's is who I use. Cool, mate. Danny, I put my son's punch bag up and a heavy duty tension rod because our ceiling couldn't take it. Yes, I've got to get on that really. I'm going to wait for Sophie's dad to come back and he can put it back up again. Hopefully he'll be out soon. The bottom is suet pastry. 2 is short crust proper pie fine mince. Yes. Yeah, I did know that actually because Sophie's restaurant has done a few pie and mash evenings like dedicated to that. It's not quite, I'm going to be honest with you, it's nice, but it's not quite a proper pie and mash pie. Not the damn Marmite again, yuck. I love Marmite. I could eat that every day. There's a lot of people that don't like it, do they? I'm well behind here, aren't I? Lurpak, yeah, that'll do. Proper butter. None of this clover stuff. I love Marmite. I really, really, really do. Vitamin C, get the oranges into you. I've bought a load of freshly squeezed orange a couple of days ago and I've still got some left. Surplus milk from... Right, I don't really drink proper milk. I drink oat milk. And the only reason I do that is because it's just one milk in the house. Because I wouldn't drink a pint of milk and Sophie doesn't touch it, being vegan. Bangers and mash, that's nice as well. Vitamin C with zinc, Dan. I'll have a little look at that. Lurpak, there's a lot of people liking the old Lurpak. I am feeling rough. I really am. We'll keep going. We'll keep punching away. Do you need a COVID test? Yeah, look, no. I think today's the worst day. I put the blooming live thing up earlier, and as soon as I did, I felt rough. I went right downhill. I need a haircut, I need a shave, but I just can't. Next time you see me, I'm going to have a shaved head. I'm going to have me Phil Mitchell look. Angelina, get our milk from the local dairy. Yes, the dairy's nice. That's another thing that you don't get so much now, isn't it? The old dairy. Don't really see the milk floats. It's all changed, isn't it? And the world changed. Not for the better. Just to let you know, there are meatier pie than Manzi's. There you go. We've got a lot of talk about pie mash. Isn't it weird, right? I went on tonight. I didn't have anything, pie mash. Didn't even think about pie mash. Put a little bit of breakfast up. we all get involved, and that's what I like about this channel. You know, we've only got just under 80 people watching, which is very, very slow. Normally we have 200 or 300, don't we, on the live, but it is what it is. I'll have to have a word with Paul. He needs to start looking at my live things. Put a cup of whiskey in a pan, a lemonade, hot bath, and sweat it out. Yes, mate. Do you know what? This is a time when you just want a sauna in your house, like a nice little sauna or a steam room that you can go and just sit in and just sweat it out for a few hours. Joey can now tell the time. Yeah, do you know what? He couldn't years ago, and that was genuine as well. He stupidly wore a watch around his ankle. I don't even want to talk about them. They're a bunch of wombles, in my opinion. But there you go. What was the wine bar called in Essex? It was called Bar Blanco. It was a sort of crystally white bar that I had put in. Lovely place. It really was. It had a beautiful sort of wall. One wall at the back was all a vision wall, and we had all sort of acrylic cuts with. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Italian furniture in there. I had the big faces, you know, the chairs with the big face, the white porcelain face. We had DJs there. We had a VIP booth, and then we had other booths as well. And that's how I met Sophie. Funny enough, in that bar. We wasn't together in the bar, but I met her there. She used to be the VIP manager, and yeah, that's how we met. That's how we met. Daniel, my first baby meal was it's 70. Wow. Wow. Danny, I've got a bit of advice for you. If you get tramadol, yeah, I've heard of that. It's sort of between paracetamol and something else, isn't it? Yeah. I try not to take too much, to be fair. I've had to do it to come on the live. I was streaming before this live. Marmite and cucumber sandwiches, that's lovely. I'll tell you what I've got into recently. How mad is this? Because this wasn't going to be a food show at all. But I've got into the little baguettes, right? So about, I don't know, 6-7 inches baguette. And then I put cream cheese on it and then the little cherry tomatoes. Now, a true fact, before I moved to Spain 5 years ago, I never ate tomatoes, ever. Now I have it with everything. I love them. And I actually always grew up thinking I was allergic to tomatoes. But clearly I wasn't, because I used to have tomato sauce. Heinz tomato sauce. Right, the only pie and mash is from London. Yeah, do you know what? You've got to get pie and mash from London. My nose is absolutely streaming. Apologies, everyone. I tried not to let everyone down by sort of coming onto the live. I didn't want to cancel it, so when my dad had a cold, he always gave me a liquid. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. Glover liquid. You can always come back and use the NHS. Just everybody else in the world is free to do. Yeah, do you know what? That's suffering as well, isn't it? Has anyone tried horse milk? I'm going to move along from that because the thought of that makes me want to. But it's a good question. Has anyone tried it? I'm sure people might have replied to that. Ex-Sheffield United, Lee Sanford. There you go. I don't follow football, so I've never heard of him, but I'm sure he's doing very well. Probably getting more if he's good at that than he was when he was in football. No one should take a COVID test. They feed the government agenda. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm not going to take one. It's a cold. At the end of the day, might even be the flu, but it's a cold. It's come on really quick, though. I feel fine. I just feel flued up. You know, when it's in your head, my nose is consistently streaming. And I did have a sore throat yesterday, but the sore throat's gone. So I just think by tomorrow I'll probably be all right. I am going to get Sophie on a live. Before we went live tonight, I went through a few of to be able to put comments up, which obviously I've not long been able to do. Anyone that's followed me from the old lives, we never used to be able to put the comments up, did we? Danny, I'm thinking, go to your doctors. Yeah. Listen, it's a cold, right? At the end of the day, I've got some vitamin drink here. And I'll be all right. Absolutely fine. But thank you very much, mate. Well, we're still on the old pie mash. That was a good old one. Danny, don't do a Phil Mitchell. It won't grow back, trust me. Can't stand tomatoes. No, I never used to, but then I started eating cherry tomatoes. And then also sometimes, if the baguette's the next day, I put that in the air fryer with some butter and cheese on it, and then I put the cherry tomatoes on top of that. Oh, I could eat that. In fact, we haven't got any baguettes, but I could eat that right now. We're always on about food. We love it. Yeah, do you know what? We'll have to do a tramadol is lethal. Yes, it can. I've had tramadol before. It can sort of knock you a little bit bandy, can't it? But I'm not. Well, saying that, I've got to take Carter to school tomorrow, so I can't really have anything too much before I get in the car. Why do people assume a cough or sniffle is the new COVID? Yeah, as I say, this is just a cold, really. It might be the flu, but it feels like the cold. I made loads of ciabatta bread today. Ciabatta, is that? Great with olive and yeah, I like that as well. The old, the baguette with a bit of olive oil and balsamic vinegar, absolutely lovely. How do they get milk from oats? Yeah, it's processed, mate, but it's not dairy. That's the only. A lot of people say that you shouldn't have that either, but you need to start a separate food channel. Yeah, that'd be good. I actually want to do a watch video soon. And for people that are not into watches, it's probably worth you watching it anyway, because it'll be quite good. I lost 3 days on tramadol. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It knocks you out a little bit. I'm not going to have any problem sleeping tonight. Met a famous boxer in Arments who has his hair cut opposite the shop. Can't remember his name. Oh, right. Interesting. Did you eat much fresh fish, Danny? If you do, what's your favourite species? I don't eat fresh fish at all, mate. It's a personal thing. I have fish and chips, but that's it. I don't eat fresh fish or, crab or lobster or anything. It's just not a bit of me. I'm a bit of a, chicken or beef. That's basically it. It could be hay fever. No, I only get hay fever till about June, July at the worst. It won't be hay fever now. And it has dropped right down. The temperature's dropped massively in the last couple of days, which is great, to be fair. I'm really loving it. We got down to about 27 degrees today, which was absolutely lovely. Steak or lamb for me? Yes, I had a really, really lovely steak. I wonder if I can actually show you a picture of it. This was a couple of days ago. A friend of ours treated us to a meal out. I wonder if I can send it over in time and without losing the live. We'll try it, shall we? Because I did take a picture of my steak dish. It was absolutely amazing. There it is. So this is my actual. I'm sending it from my phone to my computer. Now I hope you can still see me, but if you can't, you can hopefully still hear me. Now I should be able to. Hopefully you can all still hear me. I'm coming back now. Right, I don't know if you lost me then, but anyway, I can now add it to the studio. So let's see if we can add it. It's not letting me for some reason. How annoying is that? It's not letting me add it. Image file. No, sorry guys. You're going to just, I'll tell you what, I'll just have to show you it off my phone. It was beautiful though. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's not going to be very clear on there, is it? A bit of a cooked orange on there as well. But it was lovely. Fillet steak. And it was really thick. And I like my steak very, very well done. I know you shouldn't eat it like that. But that's just how it is. And it was really thick. And I thought, oh, this is going to have to go back. I'm going to need this butterflied and cooked properly. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Liver and onions. I've never eaten liver. Well, I did used to years ago, but I haven't had that for 45 years. I had 4 kids without pain relief. That is pain, mate. Daddy, there's only one watch I've ever been interested in. It's sort of obscure old Disney watch with a unique feature. Does that sound like a good investment? I don't really know. You know, you've got the Snoopy phones and stuff like that, which seem to be doing all right, but I'm going to be honest with you. Probably not, I'm going to be honest, as an investment. What's the worst car you've ever driven? Uh, Austin Montego Estate. That was horrible. Had a cracking 34-ounce tomahawk over the weekend. Wow. 34 ounces. Yeah, love calves, liver and that. No, not for me, mate. Sharon, my dad was giving up our GP. Smashed. Wow. Still here. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. I didn't go off. Daniel, me too, but a bit of bacon with it. Dumplings take some beating. Yeah, actually, that can be nice, can't it? 34-ounce steak. Yeah, that's heavy, isn't it? Got some very bad weather on the way. Good. If you're talking about Spain, good. Hope it gets cold. I mean, I've looked at my weather app, and I'll tell you what, I can't see any bad weather. Let me look. Got a couple of days next week where there's a 30% chance of rain, but the rest of the week's 28 degrees. That is guinea pigs. I don't. I hope people don't eat guinea pigs. I bought the 50. Wow, 50 ounce. Imagine your stomach after that. A Tag Monaco. Yeah, they're different. I've tried one on. I've never owned one. I'm not really a big Tag fan, to be fair. As kids, we ate everything from heart, liver. Yeah, years ago, I never used to eat rabbit, but I used to eat heart, liver, and stuff. Not anymore. Marmite with bacon. That's different. Jackie Lee, thank you very, very much for the super chat. Appreciate that, my friend. I find a litre of Bacardi numbs pain. A litre of Bacardi numbs pain. That would pretty much numb me, I would think. Thank you very much, Jackie. Appreciate that, my friend. Craig, if it helps, then yes, it's okay. If I battered Mars bar... Do you know what? Sophie's done that in her restaurant, the battered Mars bars. Oh, I couldn't eat any of that, mate. Do you know what? All I want, buy a pre-owned tag if you can. Yeah, in my opinion, that's a good point, Tim. My opinion, never buy a new tag. Only buy it pre-owned because you do the savings. Same with Tudor as well. You can get them a lot cheaper if they're not the, the boutique ones that are in demand. I'll flicker through a few of these guys because they're coming in thick and fast still. Spam. God, blimey. When I first read that, I thought someone was posting something on the comments and it was spam. But no, you're talking about the food. No, not for me. I don't really eat ham either. I don't really eat an awful lot of pork. Lovely and cold in the UK at the moment. Do you know what? That sounds amazing. Worst car, Austin Allegro. Not my choice. My ex-husband. I haven't touched meat for over a year. Really wouldn't want to find out. I ate halal program. Do you know what? I won't now go to, what's the Subway? It's Subway, isn't it? They only do halal meat, and I don't feel that I want to eat that. So, for me, I've avoided that place since I found out. Yeah, that's very true, Tina. Very true. Fried spam is delicious. I'll take your word for that, mate. No, not for me. Oh, blimey. Spam. Hi, Paulina. How are you? My very good friend Pauline is in the chat. I'm very well, my friend, apart from this horrible cold that I seem to have got. And, yeah, be good to see you soon, Pauline, if you're about. Hope you're well. Lamb burger. KFC is halal. Well, don't go there either, mate. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was all halal. But that would stop me from going to KFC now. I just don't agree with the way they are finished, if that makes sense. Right, I'm going to bring this to a close, guys. Don't bother commenting anymore. I'll try and get to the bottom of the comments. We are at the very bottom anyway. Sharon, I love raw grilled fries. Yeah, guys, you can finish your typing now, but don't put any more on. We'll get to the bottom because I don't want to disappoint anyone that hasn't. Here, KFC stands for. Well, it seems that way. Not in Spain. Not in Spain. I didn't know about KFC either until you learn something every day, don't you? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you all to it. Beans on toast, can't beat it. Do you know I've got Cathedral City beans on toast? Try that. If you like cheesy beans on toast, Cathedral City beans on toast. They do it in the tin. It's Heinz. Cathedral City beans on toast. It's in the tin. You don't have to add cheese to it. Blimey, we really are still getting comments coming. Thank you for getting through the live. Night, Danny and chat. Thank you very much for joining me. I won't shop at Waitrose now. It's halal. I didn't know that either. Just before we go, if you don't mind, just give me a quick thumbs up if you haven't already. It just helps with the channel, helps build a little bit of support for the channel. Doesn't cost anything. OAP, night, Danny. See you in a few days. Thank you very much, mate. Get better soon, Danny. I appreciate that. Yeah, as I say, guys, I was a bit dreading tonight because I'm not really with it. But come to Paul's stream, Danny, in Spain. I'll tell you what, if he's still on, I'll see if I can pop over there. If he's still on. I'll see you all soon, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. And have a very, very safe week. Have a very great week. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There we go. I'll put it on the bottom there. Make sure your notification bell is turned on as you never get notified of us being live and stuff. But I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining us. There was other choices tonight. And I appreciate everyone that was in the chat. I'll see you all very soon. Let's see if we can put something out. There you go. We'll end it with this little banner. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you all soon. I might pop over to Paul's channel now. Go over to Paul's channel and watch that if it's still on. See you soon.